What's up, everybody, and welcome to another installment of Faceless Political Mumbo Jumbo. I am you, you are we, and we are all. Wake up, everybody, wake up. We back again in some bullshit. Back again in some bullshit. Twitter AI has gone full white supremacist. What do they call it? Grog? Some crazy shit. It's just popping up all kinds of white supremacist stuff, talking about slavery and shit. But then, what can we expect? Who's programming this shit? The same motherfucker that put his hand up but said it was some type of Roman salute or some shit he said? The same motherfucker that got orange Cheeto dust to bring in white South Africans that supposedly was a genocide from. But what can you expect, man? I don't know what it's going to take for people to get off of this bullshit, to keep going on a platform where it's a racist, bigoted motherfucker. And then to top it off, the person, once his trash vehicles are now in the toilet, now he wants to come off talking about a third party. This crazy motherfucker wants to come off talking about third party. And the thing that's so crazy about it is people will actually get on board as if they just forget all about this dude raising his hand like damn I Hitler motherfucker and shit. Not once, but twice. You know, dude all up in the damn Oval Office, cracked out of his brain. You know what I'm saying? But we just give these rich white people a pass, like constantly. Constantly give these rich white people a pass. And I'm like, what is the problem with people? What? And I'm not talking. And this is not against all white people because this is actually to everybody, including the good white people. Why are we giving these motherfucking crazy ass rich white people a pass? Because if it was anybody else, if it was any other demographic, any other ethnicity, ethnic group, this country would not be giving them a pass. But that goes to show the deep mind washing, that brainwashing that's gone on in this country for so many years through the media, and it's gone on throughout the world of this false reality of whiteness that people have bought into. And now that we're actually having a real chance to see it up front in all its greatness, destroying a whole nation, we're so puzzled. Everyone's just so puzzled and, doesn't know what to ask, what questions to ask, and doesn't understand why this is happening. And I just go back to the question. I go back to the question that I've been asking consistently, and I'd love for someone to drop down in the comments, and shed some light. Because this is just a straight. This channel is about straight talk. This is about straight talk. We're gonna show no motherfucking videos on this shit because you can go somewhere else and see that. And you've already seen it, so we're just gonna talk about what's going on. And yeah, I want you to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about that. But the question is, why do we as a country, why are we so accepting of white mediocrity? I'd love for somebody to drop down in the comments and let me know. Please let me know. And also, what do you guys think about this fake ass third party? Not to say that the country probably couldn't benefit from a third party, if it was a viable third party, but not from some crazy ass motherfucker that's not even from here in the first place. But you know what? Again, I shouldn't even say that because then I'm falling to prey to the magatards, right? Because at the end of the day, what is this country? This country is a nation founded on immigrants. That's where it starts and that's where it ends. And for some reason, These people have pulled the wool over your eyes and made everybody think for all these years that whiteness was the end all be all, and that they somehow were the chosen people of this country, when everybody knows damn well the Indians were here when white people got here. And then what happened? White people brought slaves, stole slaves from Africa, the history that people don't want to talk about, came here, brutalized them, raped them, used them for hundreds of years, 400 years, and to basically build this country, and then never paid them. And then once they were free, didn't tell them they were free. And black people had to fight for everything they got in this country. And then after they fought for everything they got in this country, they actually fought for this country to help protect this country. And then what did they get out of that? Still nothing. And then after they built up their own shit, what happened? You get these crazy ass white people that think that they are supposed to be, you know, owning everything for whatever reason, even though they brought their asses here from another country as well. And they want to destroy shit that black people built. But then what do black people do? Black people want to go and make things better for black people and make things better for everyone else that comes along after black people and that's there with black people. So what do? They have the Civil Rights Act passed, go through civil rights, even though we had to go through Jim Crow, all this shit. All these immigrants were here beforehand too. Irish people got treated like shit. Japanese people got treated like shit, but they did get reparations. Let's not forget, Japanese did get reparations. Black people still haven't got shit, built shit. Then after they even invented half the shit that turned into everything that America runs on, they want to hide the history of black people there and make it seem like white people made all the shit. But this is why they don't want this country to be educated. They want everyone to be dumb as hell, so we end up in the situation that we're in, being ran by the dumb as hell. I'm on a soapbox. Where are we going after this, people? Where are we going? So drop down. Let me know what you guys think. I know that was a bit of a tangent, but I'm just curious what you guys think about all this. That's just kind of where my head goes, and I'm thinking like it's so obvious, but yet people always don't ask the question: why is it that all these? Why is it that that there's never any accountability from the white race? It's always expected of other ethnic groups to be accountable for everything else. It's always them that are demonized. It's always them that are responsible for all the bad. And it's always the white people that are telling everybody else about these other ethnic groups that are doing the bad. And then for whatever reason, all these other ethnic groups buy into it and just jump on it as if it's the gospel. Anyone ever thought about that? That's kind of crazy, right? I mean, that's some crazy shit, but I don't know, something to think about. Drop down in the comments, let me know what you think about that. Like, comment, and subscribe also. So, we got these. Now we got this shit in Texas, right? We got these damn thunderstorms, floods in Texas. And the irony I find, not to even mention it, listen, it's definitely, I find it real messed up. Like, it's fucked up that these people are going through a whole flood and all. But I do find it to be a little interesting that's happening in Texas. When I just wonder how many of those people voted for this. You know what I mean? Voted for these people to be in office. And now they're getting flooded out. I mean, flooded out. And he don't give a shit about these people getting flooded out. And then the irony of this state that voted for this Cheeto dust makeup wearing man tan looking motherfucker that's so against immigrants, but yet I'm sure just like everyone else, they are utilized all the time in their state, building all their stuff. Somebody needs their house painted, somebody needs a deck built. Who's there doing it? Immigrants. But you're okay when you're paying less for the labor. But yeah, you don't want them there. But then you're going through a flood in your state, your bigoted, biased state that most of you are probably bigoted and biased as well, have a problem with these Mexicans. But who are the people that show up to help their Mexican brothers and sisters? Who shows up to help their Mexican brothers and sisters and also the rest of the damn people that are in this damn state? The Mexicans. Who sends the people over from the country that was their country to fucking begin with? Mexico. To help save these people from the damn flood because our stupid ass government is taking money out of FEMA, doesn't know how to, and taking money out of the damn uh, the storm system, and now we are having people that they can't even let the people know that they're about to be flooded out. They can't even tell people that they're going to be flooded out because they're firing people, and the person that should be able to warn them potentially, which you want to have people there in science, but yet these people have fired them. But what are they going to say? What are they going to offer these people that have died, over 100 people that have died in the flood, their hopes and their prayers on a damn Chinese Bible? That's what they got. Their hopes and their prayers. I mean, it's some bullshit. And the damn Texas sheriff is up there bullshitting the community as well. Just bullshitting the community. I mean, I can't remember what the guy said. I was supposed to write it down, but I can't remember. But all I know is he's bullshitting the community. You guys check it out. I'm sure you'll figure it out. If you found it out, drop in the comments and let me know what the fuck he said because it was on some bullshit. But this dude was talking about, what is this, Cheeto dust, regarding wearing a mask. This dude, this orange piece of shit, compares protesters wearing a mask to ICE. How are you going to compare protesters wearing masks to ICE agents? Last I checked, protesters weren't collecting a fucking check from the government. You guys know any protesters collecting a check from the government? I don't know. Last I checked, anytime I've seen protesters, I don't think they were collecting any checks from the government and picking people off the street, tackling people on streets and shit, grabbing people from carts and from Home Depot and shit, from schools and taking kids from schools and ripping them from their parents' arms and taking them from the restaurants that they're working at that we all enjoy and patron. That now a lot of these people that are so gung-ho on taking these migrants out, these places that they like to go to and patron will potentially be going out of business because the people that they use for their cheap labor are no longer there to help serve their fucking rich or entitled, not necessarily rich, but just entitled asses. But yeah, FAFO, entitled ass motherfuckers. But this country is paying and gonna pay for its sins, and this is what we're going through. So, curious what you guys think about that. And yeah, you know what? And the other thing that I was interested in, or I thought was a little interesting, was, or I remember him talking about. This is Mantan, Orange Mantan, Cheeto Dust, McFlurry motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about. He said that he wants to get rid of the homegrowns. He said he wanted to get rid of the homegrowns. So, I don't know. To me, I'm thinking about the homegrowns. I really remember at one point when we talked about who the biggest threat to America was. And I recall the biggest threat to America was white supremacist groups. That sounds like homegrown to me. That sounds like homegrown to me. But it's just real interesting why the media doesn't really ever talk about that anymore. Nobody is talking about the homegrown white supremacist groups in this country. All the homegrown, that's the biggest threat in this country. Why are we not going out and arresting the homegrowns? Why are we going out and arresting the homegrowns? Because I think I'm a proponent of arresting the homegrowns. Yeah, I think we need to go out and get the homegrowns. We need to go out there and arrest all those motherfucking white supremacist groups. Go get them, round them up, throw them in alligator Alcatraz, and if they try to get out, the alligators will be able to, if they go side to side, maybe they won't be able to get their limbs. But maybe what is it? Laura Loomer can come up with the number of the actual count for white supremacist groups, so we can see how many of those can go in alligator Alcatraz and can escape the alligators. Um, yeah. And another thing I heard recently is that they are actually deporting people to Sudan without due process. They've deported some Asians and some Latinos and I believe some black people to Sudan. So they're just taking people and deporting them to these random ass countries. Uh, and I'm just so curious again, where are the white people? Where are the white immigrants? Where are the white immigrants at? When are we going to start deporting some of these white immigrants? Because I know there's got to be white immigrants in this country that are stayed past their status. Got to be some. It's a big country. I haven't seen any of them. But the last thing I got is the Garbage Pail Kid, Dan Bongino. Don't he look like a Garbage Pail Kid? You guys remember the Garbage Pail Kids? I know it's way back, but yeah, that motherfucker looks like a Garbage Pail Kid. Saying he might quit over the Epstein files. It's real funny, right? Because you know damn well who's in the Epstein files. So we're gonna see when the Epstein files comes out and how he's gonna try to maneuver himself out of that, or who's gonna actually get let go to keep suppressing these files. But yeah, where the Epstein files at? Bring them out. The only thing I think about when I think of the Epstein files, if you guys ever watched House of Cards, you remember when Kevin Spacey, when his little girlfriend became too much of a liability. Remember when he was at the subway station, the train station? Remember what happened? Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it there. All right, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next installment. Stay woke.